Welcome to part 3 of activity 1. So in this part, we've identified what cash sales are coming in. We've identified what cash payments we need to make. Now, there's a lot of different transactions that happen during the year, like rent, lease, staff wages, electricity, stationery, and all that sort of stuff that we have to account for in order to figure out how much cash we're paying. So this is the final report to give us a true picture of how much cash is coming in and how much cash is going on. So it's just really about filling in the table and following the first steps. So we can start with A. So you can choose the following template, import from classwork if you wish. So cash receipts. So we know where the cash receipts is now because we did that earlier. It's just up here on the table. There's our cash receipts. Just press enter. So we can copy that across now. And asset sales, if I remember correctly, which is down here somewhere, we'll come to that later. Other income is down there as well, so we can come to that later. So really what we're focused on is the next one. I might as well put my totals in here while I'm at it. Press enter. They're not quite right yet. I'll put my totals in there. Okay, payments to principals. Well, we did that earlier, and this was this one, payment to principals. Press enter. Okay. So I think we're ready to start with this one. So A, 25,000 per month is paid in wages to increase to take effect in March. So this is March, but we get 25,000 in January, and we get 25,000 in February. Then there's an increase in March. So it's still 25,000 times, put in brackets, the percentage plus 1. That means I want this value to add the increased percentage. So press enter. So you can see it's 25,000. I'll just put the value up here as an example of what it means to increase. So there's my 25,000. Okay, so what's 3%? 3.15% of 21,000. So I can go like that, times my 3%, and I get 789. Now if I add these two together, plus 789, you can see that these are exactly the same. Only difference, this is rounded, so I can give you the exact. Oops, went the wrong way. So you can see that those two are exactly the same. So the only difference is if I put a formula in like this, it's saying I want this value times the percentage plus this value on top again. So you can do it a variety of ways. That's just one simple way of doing the formula. There are other ways of doing the formula, but that is probably the most straightforward. And then we have April. So then it's just to increase again consistently. So I tend not to just put my F4s in there. And we can say it's all the same. Move it across. Oh, did the wrong one. We want both of them, don't we? Take Control C, copy it all the way down. Voila. So the next is lease. So it's this one. Is it lease? Yep. So 4,000 lease paid, 4,000 per quarter of lease payments. Next payment is June. So this is January, sorry, not June. 40,000. Voila. And a quarter has 3 months. So 1, 2, 3. So it's for those 3 months. And if it's paid every quarter, then the next one is due in April. And so therefore I've got, and I'll just double check to see if I'm right. Not feeling confident, am I? So I've got a few mistakes there, which I'll go fix up later, but I'm on track for lease. So all my leases. So there's a bit of concerns there, but we'll track them afterwards. Okay, telephone. Okay, so it says there, my telephone quarter is next payment is due in January and price is rising in April. So that's my telephone per quarter. I can keep that the same, but the next one is in April and it's increasing by 8%, 8.3%. So that's times, open the bracket, again, times the percentage, and plus 1 to increase it by 8.73%. And the next we have is, sometimes it's good to highlight the ones you've done so you know where you're up to. And then per month, for motor vehicle, 2,700. And I can see there's nothing else there, so that's good. So that's just a straight equals motor vehicle expense. You can absolute that figure, put dollar signs. Motor vehicle is done. Next is wages at cost. So this is a little bit trickier, this one. Per month, sorry, did I say wages? Motor vehicle expenses. $900 per month is vehicle expense once the service cost in July. So basically saying it is $900 per month of vehicle costs with a once-off only service of July of 18. So I'm just gonna once-off service charges there. I'm sorry, monthly charge. Wrong button. Press F5. F4. I just copy it all across in that particular, and the once-off service cost in July. But we actually don't do July, so there's no point putting it. It would actually be in the next month because we're only doing it for 6 months. It's, you'll get questions like that because this is for a whole year, but our report's only for 6 months. So in that case, it's all wonderful. So wages at cost is our next activity or question. 60% of month's wages on costs are incurred on the monthly wage payable 21 days. Okay, so it says per month are included in base wages, but after the end of the month. So we get our wages at the end of the month there, but in 20 days time we incur the costs. So the costs actually come out in the next month, so just there. So it would be that wages times, so it's only a percentage. We only want 16%. We don't want to add it on top, so we just times it by the percentage. And then we have our value. So I only want C8 to stay stationary, so I just press F4. Oops, pressed F3 this time, didn't I? Turn the lights off. Okay. And then I can copy it across. But I still have this figure, but it says there, as per the month, December's monthly wages was 15,000. So I can just do 15,000 times 16%. Because I don't have December's figures here, so they had to give it to me. So there you go. So I'm getting a bit nervous. I haven't looked at my answers for a little while. So I'm going to go to my answer solutions and see how I'm going. So motor vehicle lease. It's saying no, 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 no. So I've made a mistake there. And I've also got, oh no, I'm only up to wages at the moment. So motor lease is wrong. So let's go into the solutions and let's see why motor lease is wrong. I've actually just gone over it. So motor lease is 2,700. So it's good that I've double checked. Made up boo-boo. As you can see, you probably picked it up when I was recording it. Well done if you did. If you didn't, that's okay. That's why we have the answers to help us. Okay, let me see my solutions now. Okay, we're on track again. Now we're on to rent. Okay, so rent. Rent is 75,000 a year, payable in March. So I find March, and I just go equals 75,000. Awesome. So hopefully my solutions, rent is done, so now we did advertising. Okay, so for advertising, it is 2% of the month's budgeted sales is spent on advertising. So a little bit of a tricky question, but not a trick question. You've got to find out what the budgeted sales are. Now, these aren't budgeted sales. This is cash sales. Yep. The budgeted sales is over here. This is all the budgeted sales. So it'd be a total, that total value. But again, if you didn't know that, you could always look in your solutions and add them up. Now, budgeted sales is also in here, but it's just that column, and it's just that column. So it could be that total as well, and all that together. So it's the same figures. But it's easy just to grab it from here because it's all there in one spot. And if you still didn't know, you forgot, you do have your solutions. Yeah, it shows you a sum of 0, 15 to 18. So I'll just double click on that. 0, 15 to 18 plus that one times the percentage. Times the percentage there. So again, the solutions tell you the answer, so you can actually figure out what's going on. So just use that to your advantage. So in this case, we'll go back to the start. So it's equals budgeted sales times the 2%. And that's done monthly. So I just don't want the percentage to move. And I press, there we go. Voila, staff training. So let's just see if I got it right, because you know it's a bit of a tricky one, a bit nervous about it. And I got advertising right, so we can go to staff training now. So it equals staff training per month, we use that. And I drag it across, so now I'm going to put my dollar signs in. Can't forget about them. It's important too. Drag it across, voila. And I know I'm wrong, but I'm just going to go check the solutions and see what's going on. Okay, so I've got this one wrong. Why have I got it wrong? Let's double click in there. So S65, I go to S65. Okay, so that's May. Oops, sorry, wrong one. So now I've got May wrong, so I come over here, May in staff training, and I think, okay, so it's C62 plus J62. So I forgot to add the May's extra one-off course fee, so I can plus that, and then I come to the center. Beautiful. So we've done all those. And now we move into bank charges, $900 per month in bank charges paid monthly. So 100, F4, electricity, okay, so that's 900. Electricity is paid, make it a little bit bigger, I need to see the whole screen, but electricity is paid next month, is paid per quarter, next payment is March, so March is there, equals that, an increase in April, so I won't worry about that for now. So that's 3 months in a quarter, so 1, 2, 3, so the next one's there. So it's that times, open bracket, that plus 1. Percentage plus 1. So then we have electricity, and interest on loan is next. Interest on loan is 11,000 in May, so find May. And then loan repayments in February. It's 27,000. And then printing and stationery is 11,000 every 2 months. Next is due in January, so it's that one, but it's every 2 months. So I still left for it, and I just Control C, move to the one I want, Control V, move to the one I want, Control V. So I'm getting a bit confident because I haven't looked at my solutions for a while to see how I'm on track. Yep, I'm on track so far. So I've just got these to go, and a few up the top there. So I'm feeling pretty good without having to look first. I did look a couple of times. 11,000 per interest outstanding pay in May. So I go back to May, and I've done interest and I've done loans. So that's why it's important to cross these off. Like I said, don't even listen to myself, do I? Stationery as well. Travel expenses paid monthly. So we've got travel expenses. So we can go for that. And then we've got subscriptions payable in October. So subscriptions is empty. It was a bit tricky, wasn't it? Miscellaneous. So I've got to keep forgetting to do that. Important. Miscellaneous is 27,000. That's a lot for miscellaneous. You think it could have a category, but that's, oops, put the wrong button again. Okay, and one of the last ones in this area is computer equipment. It's purchased. So we purchased computer equipment in May. Press enter. Now I'm just going to do my totals. See how it stops there? If it does it with your auto sum, the idea is to then highlight it to where you need it. Press enter. Oops. Well, I just want to get my solutions, make sure I'm on track. Okay, so that block's all done. Got a bit of fine tuning there, and this is out. So let me go. But I still haven't finished, have I? So I've still got a few more to do. In this case, old office equipment. Well, the office equipment is an asset, and it was sold in February. So we go up to here. We go, well, February, 7,200. And then we did 3,000 old office equipment sold in May as well. So we keep that. And miscellaneous income was received in March. So we do that. So I'm feeling pretty confident that the top part is right now. Check the solutions. All right, we're on track. So now we can move to the next bit. Okay, so the first step is net inflow means the money that came in minus the money that came out, which is our net inflow. So the money coming in, the cash receipts, and the cash expenses. And that is inflow. So we copy that across. Voila. A beginning balance is this here. It says there, your cash balance figure at 1st of January is 54,000. So that's the beginning of our bank balance, 54,000. Yep. So the balance at end is what our bank balance was, plus the net difference of money coming in, money going out. So in theory, that is our bank balance as of the end of January. Our bank balance would show, in our bank should show 445,467, which is great. Then move to February. Now, beginning balance of February is end balance in January, because that's our bank account, and so they have to be the same. So we just copy that, and I just copy that across because I know it's all the same now. It all matches, but it won't come up until we do it. And now you just add those two together. Voila. So that's the bottom part. So it's just a simple transaction of the difference between those two. We've got our beginning balance there, and that's the difference between those two, adding those two together, sorry. And then we just do the same press again, but we're getting the value from these two areas. Just there. Terrible color. Orange. Yep. And then it's a matter of doing the formula again. Copy that. Now this is where it gets a bit tricky. The beginning balance, because the total represents the 6 months. So which month is the beginning month? The beginning month is January. So it's a bit crazy with my scrolling there. So the beginning month is January. So the beginning month balance of total is actually this figure, the 54,000, or you can say the 54,000 there. And the end balance of it would actually be June. So if you know you've done the calculations right, this one, and this one should equal the same. That's a terrible color. So we'll do the calculation again. Equals that plus beginning balance, and we should have the same. If we don't have the same, we've done a calculation incorrect. Cancel. So let's just check my solutions, and I'm getting all yeses all around. So I'm feeling pretty happy about that. Again, if you get stuck on this beginning balance, where did I get that information? Go there. It shows you where they get it from, and it was from here. So that's the end of activity 1. This is stage 3. It's quite a long one, but worth the time to put the energy and effort into it so that you can get it right and be awesome at doing this so that we can pass your assessment. So thank you, and look forward to doing some more videos for you. Bye-bye.